Love the Eagles as much as we do? Then hit that subscribe button and stick with us at Eagles Nest News for all the drama, updates, and hype all season long. The entire NFL world woke up today to one of those moments that makes every fan drop their coffee and check if it's really true. The Philadelphia Eagles, yes, the same Eagles who said goodbye to him not too long ago, have officially announced the shocking return of tight end Zach Ertz to their roster. It feels like a blast from the past, but somehow even bigger, like the city of Philadelphia itself has started to buzz again with that same electric energy that surrounded their Super Bowl run years ago. People are already calling it the homecoming of the decade. Social media exploded in seconds. Posts, memes, old highlights, emotional quotes, and even that famous moment when Ertz caught the touchdown that helped seal the Super Bowl win against the Patriots. Fans are sharing clips, tearing up, and saying things like he never should have left. The feeling around the league right now is that the Eagles just pulled off something that nobody saw coming. Everyone thought Ertz's chapter in Philly was over for good, that the team had moved on with a younger core. But apparently, there's still some unfinished business, and Zach Ertz himself looks like he's ready to write one last, unforgettable chapter wearing midnight green once again. When you think about Zach Ertz and the Eagles, it's not just about stats or highlights. It's about a bond that runs deep. This guy was the emotional backbone of the franchise during one of its most defining eras. He wasn't just catching passes. He was setting the tone for what toughness and leadership meant in that locker room. His departure a few years ago hit the fan base hard. Not because he wasn't producing, but because it symbolized the end of an era. The transition from that gritty 2017 Super Bowl team to a younger, faster, analytics-driven version of the Eagles. But here we are, full circle. The reports say he reached out to the team himself, expressing his desire to return, to contribute, and to retire as an Eagle. That simple gesture already turned him into a hero again in the eyes of the fans. And the best part? The organization said yes. They didn't hesitate. It's almost poetic, a reunion that feels both emotional and strategic, as the Eagles look to solidify their locker room leadership and reignite that championship DNA that once defined them. What makes this story even more wild is the timing. The Eagles are coming off a stretch of inconsistency that's left fans worried. The offense has struggled in key moments, the chemistry looks off, and that killer instinct that made them feared in the NFC seems to have dimmed a bit. Bringing back Ertz isn't just about nostalgia. It's about bringing back a familiar voice, someone who knows the culture, who can walk into that locker room and command instant respect. He's not the same 27-year-old he once was, but his football IQ, route precision, and understanding of the game might be exactly what this team needs. Some analysts are already calling this move a culture reset. Others think it's a sign that head coach Nick Sirianni is willing to blend the old with the new to spark another deep playoff run. No matter how you look at it, this move isn't random. It's deliberate, emotional, and possibly brilliant. And honestly, who better than Zach Ertz to remind everyone in Philadelphia what playing with heart really means? Of course, the skeptics have already started talking. They're asking the tough questions. Can Ertz still produce at high level? Is his body ready to handle the grind of another NFL season? Or is this move more symbolic than practical? But even the doubters admit one thing. Ertz brings something you can't measure on a stat sheet. Leadership, poise, championship experience. The kind of presence that can steady a locker room full of young talent. The Eagles have plenty of stars, from Jalen Hurts to A.J. Brown to Devonta Smith, but what they might have been missing was that veteran heartbeat. Someone who's been to the top and knows what it takes to stay there. Ertz's return might not transform the playbook overnight, but it could change the energy, the mindset, the tone. Sometimes, one veteran voice can be louder than any touchdown celebration. And make no mistake, Philly hears it already. Then there's the emotional angle that no one can ignore. Ertz's bond with the city is legendary. He and his wife, soccer star Julie Ertz, became something of a power couple in Philadelphia, embodying what it meant to represent the city's blue-collar passion both on and off the field. Their charity work, their connection to fans, their visible love for Philly made them family to the community. When he left for Arizona, the city never quite filled that emotional void. Seeing him back now, wearing that number again, is hitting people right in the heart. You can almost hear the roar of the link in anticipation of his first catch back. It's rare to see a story in sports that feels so personal, where the emotional side blends so perfectly with the competitive one. Ertz's return isn't just a roster move. It's a reunion between a player and a city that never stopped believing in each other. If you zoom out, this move might mark the start of something bigger. The Eagles are clearly sending a message. They're not content with being good. They want to be great again. They're bringing back that championship mentality that once made them unstoppable. Maybe this is just one piece of the puzzle, but it's a symbolic one. It says, "We remember who we are," and that's powerful. Ertz's influence could reach far beyond the field, into the meetings, the training sessions, the mindset of every young player on that team. He's been there, done that, lifted the trophy, and bled for the city. You can't buy that kind of authenticity. In an NFL landscape obsessed with youth and analytics, the Eagles just made a move straight from the heart. And maybe, just maybe, that's exactly what they needed to fly again. Now the real question becomes, what does Zach Ertz's return mean for the Eagles' offense moving forward? Let's be honest. This isn't about trying to recapture old glory. It's about balance. The Eagles have one of the most explosive wide receiver duos in the league, but lately, defenses have been able to lock in on them because the tight end threat has faded. Dallas Goedert has been solid, no question, but having Ertz back changes the dynamics completely. Defenses now have to respect the middle of the field again. That's where Ertz thrived for years, finding soft spots in coverage, moving the chains on third down, and creating mismatches with linebackers who could never quite keep up. Imagine Ertz with both Goedert and Ertz on the field. Too tight, ends who can catch, block, and manipulate coverage. It's like giving your quarterback a chessboard full of new possibilities. And if there's one thing we know about the Eagles, it's that they love versatility. Ertz brings that in spades, and it could make this offense far more unpredictable heading into the stretch run. Another fascinating part of this story is the mentorship angle. The Eagles have a young core that's still learning how to handle success, pressure, and expectations. Ertz knows that journey better than anyone. He's lived the highs and lows, from catching game winners to fighting through injuries, from lifting the Lombardi trophy to packing his bags for a trade. Having someone like that back in the locker room could be invaluable. Jalen Hurts, as mature and composed as he is, can only benefit from another veteran voice who's seen it all. Ertz's presence can reinforce the team's identity, reminding everyone that talent alone isn't enough. It's the mindset, the consistency, and the brotherhood that win championships. And that's the kind of message that hits deep, especially when it comes from someone who's actually done it in that same uniform. Sometimes, a legend returning doesn't just change the playbook, it changes the atmosphere. And in Philly, atmosphere means everything. The fan reaction has been something straight out of a movie. Within minutes of the announcement, stores sold out of Ertz jerseys. The team's social media post broke engagement records. Former teammates like Jason Kelce, Lane Johnson, and Brandon Graham were posting cryptic emojis and inside jokes that made fans go wild. Even Nick Sirianni couldn't hide his excitement during his press conference, saying, "It feels right." That simple phrase summed it up perfectly. This isn't just a signing, it's a statement of identity. The Eagles have always been about grit, loyalty, and heart. Bringing back one of their own fits that perfectly. And if you've ever seen the Philadelphia crowd when they feel connected to their team, you know it's different. It's not just noise, it's emotion, it's history, it's raw energy that makes the city feel alive. With Ertz back, the vibe is already shifting. The fans are ready, the team looks re-energized, and for the first time in a while, it feels like that underdog magic might just be creeping back into the building. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest updates on our Philadelphia Eagles. And don't be shy. Share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. But let's not forget, the NFL is a business, and sentiment only goes so far. For this story to truly take off, Ertz will have to produce. The league doesn't wait for nostalgia. He'll need to show he still has enough left in the tank to make a difference on Sundays. That said, even if his numbers don't reach his prime levels, his impact could still be massive. Picture him as that third down safety valve, that red zone target who knows exactly how to position himself for a contested catch. The chemistry between him and Jalen Hurts could develop quickly, especially considering Ertz's knack for reading defenses and adjusting routes on the fly. And who knows, maybe this version of Ertz, motivated by emotion and legacy, surprises everyone. Athletes have a way of finding another gear when the story means something. And this one? Oh, it means everything to him. The ripple effects of this move might go beyond the field. It's likely to ignite a spark within the entire organization. From a front office to the practice squad, everyone's watching how this unfolds. The message is clear. The Eagles value loyalty, leadership, and legacy. It's a move that strengthens their culture as much as their roster. And don't be surprised if it influences other veterans around the league who once called Philly home. Maybe this opens the door for other reunions down the line. Maybe it marks the beginning of a new era where the past and present coexist, blending experience with youth in a way that few teams can replicate. It's a gamble, sure, but one that feels rooted in something genuine. You can't fake passion, and in Philadelphia, that's the ultimate currency. As the city prepares for the weekend and the next big game, one thing is certain. The return of Zach Ertz has reignited the soul of the Eagles. The excitement is real, the energy is contagious, and the narrative practically writes itself. From heartbreak to homecoming, from departure to destiny. This is the kind of story that defines franchises. Whether this move results in another championship or simply gives the fans one more chapter to cheer for, it already feels legendary. Some players leave and are forgotten. Others come back and become eternal. Zach Ertz belongs to the second group. And now, as he steps back onto that field, surrounded by the cheers of a city that never stopped loving him, you can't help but feel that maybe, just maybe, the football gods have decided to give Philadelphia one more fairy tale ending. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Philadelphia Eagles, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.